So what do you think would be the best way for politicians and political groups that maybe haven't used social media to utilize it and use it maybe in their campaigns or their protest if they're protesting?
Well, I would say they should look at the use of it on the last presidential campaign and how impactful it was. How incredibly impactful to see. I mean, that should be a convincing thing that yes, they got to do it. And then I would say if they really haven't used it at all before, to just start experimenting and doing it not as the official politician, but whether it's in their private lives and their private email account, to set up Facebook and Twitter and just try it so they see what it is and understand it, and they'll immediately get it on how it can be used.
So how do you think a government involved in social media would affect political participation from voters and constituents? Do you think it would increase if they had more access to what's going on in government? Or
the whole organization Move On is in that space. It's not really the space I'm in because I'm in the governing space of the executive branch of the federal government. But I think the kind of tools available now can engage people more, but also it's I think government responsibility on showing people how relevant government is in their lives. Well, that's sad. As government, they don't even realize it's government. I'll say to people, "Do you get any government service?" They say no. I say, "Do you drive on public highways? Do your kids go to public school? Do you go to the library?" And they don't even realize, "Oh yeah, I guess I do get a lot of government services." So I think making that relevant. But that's a tough question, because there's a lot of apathy in the country.
Yeah. Okay, and so which politicians do you think could best utilize social media?
Oh boy.
What have been a few of the really standout
President
ones?
Obama. I mean, clearly he's the leader, and bringing a new media team in the White House for the first time. And it's not that George Bush or Bill Clinton didn't care about it; the technology wasn't even there then.
Yes.
And so part of that was just the opportunity, but clearly the Democrats used it more on their campaign than the Republicans. But you see both sides using it now. So I think the example somebody gave of the mayor of Newark, New Jersey, watching Twitter and going to someone's house to shovel somebody elderly out, is I didn't even know that example before today, but what a great example of how it really is. It's meaningful in someone's life.
Okay. And this question may be a little bit out there, but if there was a way that they could figure out where people could vote via phone or any way besides the traditional voting without it being vulnerable to fraud, do you think that's a possibility?
Oh, I would love to see that. I'd love to see the census count done that way.
Oh,
but you can't do it unless you're sure there's no fraud. But I would love to see voting that way. It's sort of like we've moved from making people come to government websites to being where people are, whether it's in YouTube or Facebook or Twitter. It's the same thing. Why make people come to the polls, go to where they are in their lives? And I do think it's a possibility. We're not there now, but I think it's a possibility. It's an exciting possibility.